Welcome to the Grand Canyon Ranch, everybody. It's great to have you here. I got friends from India, friends from China, from where else? England, UK's okay with me. From where? Indonesia. Good to have you here. Welcome. Terima kasih. Good to have you here. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Thank you, folks. Shishit. Shukriya. Do you see those two flags there? During the Civil War of the United States, those two flags tore our country apart. Confederate flag and Union flag took a long civil war, brother against brother, father against son, before we finally came back together as one country. But that goes to prove even people with strong opposing viewpoints can come back together and be reunited. After Civil War had ended, we were one people again under one flag. If you look behind you, high on the flagpole, you'll see the American flag. When an American cowboy sees that flag pass in front of him, out of respect, you'll see that cowboy take his hat off his head and put his hand over his heart. You will discover that cowboys are very patriotic Americans. We do find it a privilege and an honor to live in a free land. And friends, you'll have a hard time finding anybody freer than an American cowboy. After the Civil War had ended, with all the experience and training people had, almost all of them were good at riding horses. Men and women and ladies and young men came from all over this country to work on ranches just like this. When you see an American cowboy, you'll see him with his hat and boots and chaps and spurs. On his side, you might see him carrying a revolver or a knife, and maybe both. He works and lives out here where there are rattlesnakes and mountain lions and other treacherous things like tourists, entertainers. On that horse, you see a bridle and a saddle and saddlebags and a lasso. Of course, the lasso is used for roping women. Cowboys used to rope cows, but there's no money in cows, and it's more fun roping women. John, he roped a woman 20 years ago. Folks, she took that rope away from him and tied him up with it. She's had him on a short leash ever since. So long, folks. I didn't hear it. Yeehaw! These men really do work with cattle and horses every day. Their work starts before the sun comes up. They're feeding horses and bringing them out and saddling them and getting them ready for the new day. Their work's not done till a long time after that sun goes down. I respect them. I'm honored to work with them. Hit them up! On the Grand Canyon Ranch, we do raise cattle. The cattle that we raise are not domesticated. They're very wild. These cattle are free to roam about on 200 square kilometers, or about 168 square miles of mountainous terrain. All the mountains all the way around you here are part of the ranch. There's cattle out there. These cattle are not being raised for beef or milk. When they're 1 year old, they will be rented or leased to the rodeo. Cowboys in professional competition in that rodeo will be trying to lasso those little Corriente calves. They run extremely fast when they come out of that gate, and they're hard to catch. When they're 4 years old, they've grown up. They've become cows and bulls. They're brought right back here to the ranch, set free in these mountains. There's 5 natural springs in these mountains where our cattle drink. They're eating wild wheat, wild barley, and wild oats. It grows all over in these mountains. Nobody planted it. It's always been there. These are Corriente cattle. They are a Spanish breed, and they are the same breed of cattle that you will see in a bullfight in Madrid, Spain, or running of the bulls in Patagonia. The first cattle ever brought to North America were Corriente cattle. The conquistadores from Spain landed on the coast of Mexico in 1493. They brought with them the first cattle and the first horses to North America. Before that, there were no cattle or horses on this continent. On the side of our cows, you'll see a brand that looks like this. This is the Grand Canyon Ranch brand. Nigel Turner from Stockport in England bought this ranch in the year 2000. Nigel owns Heli USA Airways, the helicopter that flies you through the canyon here. When Nigel bought the ranch, the original brand looked like a diamond and a bar. This has been the Diamond Bar Ranch since 1893. When Nigel bought the ranch, he wanted the brand to look like a helicopter, and so now this is what our mark looks like on our cattle. You'll find this on more than 400 cattle that are out here in these mountains. Move them out. Rollin', 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 keep them doggies rollin', keep them doggies moving right. Through wind and rain and weather, we'll ride hell-bent for leather. Soon we'll be living high and dry. Oh, I'm anticipating that my true love will be waiting at the end of my ride. Head 'em up, boom up, head 'em out, boom up, ride. Ride 'em in, roll 'em out, ride 'em in, ride. Please give my friends a big hand. Shukriya. Thank you for watching our little show. Taramakase, I think. How do I say thank you? In your country? Shukriya. And in your country? How do I say thank you? Taramakase. I thought so. Now, my friends that just came in on the wagon, we're going to go over to the big house there and get a bite to eat. If anybody's riding a horse that came in and already ate, please go right over here and put on one of those cowboy hats that looks like a polo helmet. We'll get you on your horse ride. Thanks for watching our show, folks.
Thank you.